Alright guys, what's going on? It's Arda here. As you can see, completely different style of video. I'm currently away at places, so we resorted to a tier list. This is the top 10 most aesthetic muscles. Wait, actually let's count. So let's count. 3, 6, 13 muscles. Alright. So obviously, before we start, I'm gonna explain what aesthetics is. It's just basically how you look. So how good you look. So someone could have more muscle mass but be less aesthetic than someone else. Obviously. So let's start with the lats. I think this is the lats, but there's lats here. I'm so confused. What muscle is this? What the fuck is this? I'm guessing. Nah, wait. Alright, we'll leave that later. Let's start with the biceps. Biceps are fucking overrated, if I'm being honest. It looks nice, but it doesn't get you a lot of power. But I have to be objective here, just for aesthetics. Biceps, I'm gonna have to put an A tier. It is very good for aesthetics, but if you want pure size, it's overrated. Okay, then we got the calves. Still to this day, I don't understand why people try so hard to grow their calves. No one gives a shit about them. It's 90% genetic as well. It doesn't even make you look better. Actually, big calves just make you look fucking short. So, big calves. But for fighting, for everything else, you want to have strong calves. But from an aesthetic standpoint, calves are dog shit. Actually, you know what? Let me change this. Dog shit. C tier is mid. Decent. Amazing. You get. So, ST, you get all the bit. Shit. You get all the bitches. Alright. Now we got the gluteus maximus. No, nah, not the gluteus maximus. Now we got the hamstrings. The hamstring is right at the back, right next to the glutes, and it obviously works together with the glutes. And it's very important for fighting. Very important for the stretch of your legs. But it is quite useless for aesthetics. But not as much as calves. If you have tiny legs, including hamstrings, it's just going to look weird. So we put that as mid. Then, oh boy, we got the chest. Now, I'm going to be a bit biased here, because I've got a good chest myself. The chest is more important than a lot of people think. I feel like if you have a small chest, you just don't look powerful. You look more skinny. This is my opinion. So I feel like what makes you stand out is mainly your chest. You could disagree with me, but if you have a bigger chest than the ladies, then you're surely going to get all of them. Now, we got the glutes. So, glutes are probably the most important muscle for fighting, but the glutes don't really play much of a role in aesthetics. There's a reason why in bodybuilding, when they turn around, they don't look at the size of their ass. So, we put that as mid. Now, we got the traps. Traps is a very masculine and dominant muscle. You should have decently sized traps, but there is a limit. There's a couple reasons why the traps are not great. Number one, if you get the traps too big, your face just looks more uglier. But most people can't even grow their traps that much for it to look ugly. Anyways, but number two, the bigger your traps, the less broader your shoulders. So the more narrow your shoulders, it's going to look. So it's basically an illusion. Aesthetics is all it is an illusion. So traps is a very masculine muscle. I love the traps, but just looking at aesthetics, you know what? Upper traps is useful. I'm gonna put it decent. Now we've got the triceps. Triceps takes 2/3 of the arm. We all know this. It's right next to the bicep, where they both have opposite functions. If you're just trying to look big, triceps is probably one of the most important muscles. But just looking at aesthetics, let's be real, we're not gonna think our body looks so amazing because he has big triceps. So It's not bad. I'll put it as decent. Then we got the quads. And even though legs don't matter that much, the quads is probably the most important part of your legs for aesthetics, because it's the first thing you see. No one looks at your hamstrings, but if you have a nice VMO, then it will make a difference. So put that as decent. And remember, this is purely for aesthetics. Let's say you say, "Oh, I want muscle for just power," then the tier list will be way more different. And now we got all of the back muscles. The back is super important. Actually, I don't know what muscle this is. It's probably, I forgot what it was called, but I think it's a muscle you can't train. So I'm gonna leave this, and I'm gonna include lats. Okay, we're gonna say this is lats here, and this is the rest of your back. This is super important. You need back width. You look dominant, basically. And you don't want to look good from the front and then you turn around and have fucking horrible back. So you put that as amazing. And I know this is not lats, but lats, you get all of the bitches. The whole point of aesthetics, get the fucking V-taper. And there's only a couple of muscles that you need for the V-taper. And the lats is one of them. Guys, train your fucking lats. Do pull-ups, do fucking rows. I don't care what it is. If you want to look good, you have to train them. Now your forearms. Another muscle that I think is completely overhyped. Well, you have big forearms, but look at all of the other parts of your body. I mean, for wrestling, for other fighting, forearms are very important. But I just think as long as you don't have very small forearms compared to the rest of your body, you should be fine. But it's not bad. So it can make you look better, especially if you roll up your sleeves. You know, you look a bit more masculine, makes sense. And guys, remember, you don't have to isolate your forearms much because it gets worked a lot while doing pulling exercises. So unless you want to fully maximize how big your forearms are, you don't really have to isolate them. But it is pretty good, so I'm going to put it as decent. Now I'm guessing this is the abdominal muscles. One of the most important muscles for fighting and aesthetics. You get all of the bitches. With abs, how it looks pretty much is genetic. Like some people have a 4-pack and they could go all the way up to 10, but most likely you have a 4-pack or 6-pack. And obviously the way you get abs is you train the abs, not just lose body fat. Losing body fat is important, obviously. You need to get to low body fat for your abs to show. Makes sense. But don't neglect training your abs. People think it's just about body fat. Then why do you think them really, really skinny guys are like 6% body fat, don't even have abs? It's because their abdominal muscle is not big enough. So train it. Alright. The last one. I left this last for a reason. The shoulders. Goes out all the way at the top on the highest tier. Shoulders are the most important for your aesthetics. It makes you look powerful. It makes you look scary having big shoulders. It's obviously attractive because it sets the V-taper, like I said. So if you see here, you could have wide lats, but if you have small shoulders, your V-taper won't be nice. So shoulders are important for, you know, the V-taper and just looking big in general. If you have small shoulders, you could have everything right and then just something just looks off for some reason. That's because of your shoulders. So, like I explained in my other videos, prioritize your shoulders, especially if it's a weakness. Train it more than all of the other muscles. And yeah, that's been the end of the video. If you like these kind of tier lists, let me know. I'll make more of them. Alright, that's been Team TMS Arda. Bye.